Here we are talking about Nigeria and 65, the financial market thriving. And yeah, Mr. Murktar is here with me. Mr. Murktar, very good day to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon.
All right, and let me also welcome you back to Nigeria. Welcome back.
Thank you. I
All
did
right.
not jackpot. I am back.
We almost concluded that you are jackparing, but right now you are back, so
No,
you are not
no,
jackpar.
no,
All right. So let's get down.
at all.
All right. Nigeria will be 65 by tomorrow, but the financial sector is also doing greatly. But what is your own assessment of the Nigerian financial market industry since independence?
I think Lekon, I want to say the good news. The good news has been the Nigerian financial space. It has been the best thing that has ever happened to Nigeria. If you see the way we've evolved from maybe two banks, First Bank being the central bank at the time, and then UBE, Savannah Bank. And then today, look at where we are. We have mortgage bank, we have merchant bank, we also have commercial bank, and we have over 25 banks. For me, the greatest news of the Nigerian experience is the financial sector. After that, we've seen them expand to Africa, we've seen them expand to the world, and also they are all in every global city. They are there. Every global financial city, you have a Nigerian bank seated there. So for me, that has been one of the most success stories we've seen for the past 25 years, how the financial sector has evolved from when you have to go to the bank, you must be physically present in the bank to cash your check. And if you open an account in Onitsha, if you have to do a transaction, you have to go to Onitsha. To now where we can do seamless transaction in any part of the world. I think financially, that's one sector that have evolved with global practice, and we've seen the result in that. So, one of the good news you can talk about Nigeria at 65 is the financial sector.
Exactly. And talking about the development, the evolving of the financial sector, I believe you and I were around at the time when we call the tally number. When you go to some banks in those days, they'll say you must have a tally number you or here at the bank. But we have overcome those errors at this point in time. But the question that comes to mind right now for ordinary Nigerians is the financial sector with its vibrant and robust, environment that it has it really benefit ordinary Nigerians? You can help us to shed light on that.
Why not? I think it has benefited every ordinary Nigerian. They come from the comfort of your house, you can do any transaction. Over 60% of Nigerians own a bank account. Almost like 80% of Nigerians also are doing one financial transaction at any given time. So definitely, I think it has benefited. We're not talking only on transaction, also in the area of job creation. We've seen how much they have evolved from just in one bank in one state to different branches in one state. We've seen how they've evolved also to the fintech. We've seen how they evolved in also to microfinance bank. We've seen how they evolved to mortgage bank. So it's a complete success story. The Nigerian financial sector and what they've been able to achieve.
Exactly. Now, talking about those subsectors that you mentioned, the fintech, the deposit money bank, the insurance sector, the stock market, and the rest of it, because they are all part of the financial sector or financial market in Nigeria. Although we also need to ask ourselves this question. A lot of consolidation exercises have gone into it. A lot of recapitalization have gone into it. A lot of regulation and corporate governance, int have gone into that sector. What do you have to say about all this?
Like on corporate governance is one thing you cannot give that sector for. Before we will call them paper money.
Exactly.
You say why the bank declaring so much and why they're not even able to pay. Remember then the CBN came in during the time of Sanusi Lamido, and decided that they will have one financial year. Everybody financial year must end in December. And then we started seeing submission of account to banks and to the CBN, and the CBN now take their time to audit those banks account before publishing it. Now, we can say if a bank say I made 1 trillion, you can really be able to say that truly they made 1 trillion compared to that time we used to say it's all paper money. So I think in terms of corporate governance, we've gone very, very well. Even the exchange, like you mentioned, the stock exchange, you must present your results that's when due according to the exchange rule. You're only given 1 month exemption, and if you have to have an extension, the exchange will have you have to contact the exchange and you have to justify the extension. And also if you are not contacting the exchange and they are not satisfied with what you are saying, you begin to pay fine. And if you are not able to release that result at when due, you'll be delisted. So there's a lot of things that have gone on in terms of corporate governance, and we can say that truly, corporate governance is not something that we just pay lip service to. We're actually seeing corporate governance in the financial sector. In the insurance sector also, you have seen it. In the recapitalization drive, you have seen corporate governance, whereby some banks that did not recapitalize today, they are not there again. We talked about Savannah Bank. Where did you see them again? There are a lot of banks that have come up before now, but during recapitalization, because of the due corporate governance, they did not survive. Today, due to corporate governance, we are seeing a bank like Titan Bank acquiring Union Bank. So all is about corporate governance. We are seeing Providence Bank also now acquiring Unity Bank. It's all about corporate governance. And I think in the area of corporate governance, I think we've done very, very well. And kudos to the regulatory, especially the regulator of the financial sector, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the regulator of the insurance sector, the insurance regulator. So I'm excited now when it comes to corporate governance.
Interesting. Now, there is one aspect of Nigerian financial market that it is on the lips of everybody across the world. The Nigerian stock market. Murktar, in the last 5 years, the Nigerian stock market has been top on the list of African stock market, and has run into trillions upon trillions of naira. Just today on the market, we had over 90.1 trillion capitalization. Take us through on the success journey of Nigerian stock market, particularly within the 65 years of Nigerian independence.
Legon, we will not end the program. We want to talk about the 65 years of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
It's
the oldest financial sector.
Exactly. We just take it.
It's the oldest financial sector in Nigeria. It even pre-independence. Some companies are older in India than even. We have companies like Guinness Nigeria. They are still there. Nestle Nigeria, they are still there. Those are companies. First Bank also. Those are companies, United Bank for Africa, UBA. Those are companies that have been in the exchange. And later on, the exciting thing about this, we have moved from analog, whereby at that time you have to call the person's name. You say, there's the way they call it there.
Exactly.
Before you get it. We have moved there to now, whereby we now have stockbrokers trading on the floor. And then after that, we can even have stockbrokers trading remotely. We have moved from stockbroker trading remotely to now even Nigerians trading on their comfort of their own house, trading their own stock. So the stock market is one success story. We have moved from a government-owned Nigerian stock exchange to Nigerian Exchange Group. So we have seen a lot of metamorphosis in the stock market. We've seen corporations that have been listed, corporations have been delisted. But again, when you look at the top performance in every sector, you definitely have one of them listed in the exchange. So the exchange also in the area of creation of wealth, I think people like us and people like Lakon will not have dreamed of where we are today if not for the exchange. The exchange also have great opportunity for us to be partaker of the national cake in terms of the profit from these companies. So a lot of things have happened with the Nigerian Exchange Group. I am very, very excited about what has happened to the Exchange Group. And I've seen it materialize. And there's still a lot to come. Very soon, we have Dangote listed, we have Nigeria NNPC Limited listed. So there's a lot of things that still have to be, we're still helping. We've seen the Exchange also have moved from just, like I say, a parastatal in government, the Ministry of Finance, to a full-blooded industry that is doing very, very well with products and services that they render. So definitely, I think we could also look at the success story, and then we'll have to point at the Nigerian Exchange Group, formerly Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Exactly. And although with all the success story we are talking about, there's one elephant in the house that we are always very afraid of: the global financial meltdown, the global financial uncertainty. But from your own understanding, in the last 65 years, how have our Nigerian financial market fared under this global tension, global uncertainty, all this while?
if we sit here and say we're not affected by the global uncertainty, then we are lying to ourselves. We've seen it, especially remember 2008, 2006, how that has even made a lot of people never to come back to the stock market again. So we've
Exactly.
seen all those meltdown in the Nigerian financial sector, the exchange and every other thing. So for me, I think it has helped shaping the market. It have added to knowledge base for investors that really want to invest in the market because of what they have gone through and how they were able to navigate their way through all these challenges. And I think as an economy, we have not been immune to those shocks. But again, we have also they have shock that we create ourselves. Recently, the floating of the naira, you have seen how that affected some sector of the Nigerian economy, and that bring opportunity to other sector of the Nigerian economy. So it just depends on where you are. For me, I was saying that we have metamorphosed, we have moved, we have been able to also be able to handle issues that ordinarily was difficult before, because now the world is a global village. So I think we have done well.
Interesting. But another issue we quickly need to tackle before I let you go is this: fraud and cyber crime on the Nigerian financial market. You know, it's a global issue, but in your own understanding, have we really been able to tackle it in a way, apart from corporate governance that the CBN, the SEC and the rest of them have been able to put in place? Fraud and cyber crime is still here with us on the Nigerian financial market industry.
Lakom, you have to give credit to the President Olusegun Obasanjo when he came up with the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. That has been a single game changer in terms of fraudulent activities. We have our issues with them. Maybe they don't arrest politicians and all that. But again, they brought transparency. We've seen recovery of money. We also have to thank the Nigerian police, the Nigerian fraud unit of the Nigerian police also have been fantastic. So yes, but again, you cannot eliminate fraud from any financial market. That's the truth. They will already fraud, but I think we have reduced it to the BRS minimums. We have come up with technology. The banks especially have evolved over time, where you can set up your security on your phone that somebody is not able to hack into your account. So we have done well in that area, but like I said, we cannot eliminate fraud in the entirety. But we know that we are work in progress and we are doing it. Even the developer of the developer nation cannot eliminate fraudulent financial transaction, but to minimize it to the BRS minima. And I think that's where we are going to on what in some sectors we can say we have reduced that, even in the banking sector. But again, there's still a lot of work to be done, especially in the area of cyber attack.
Exactly, interesting. But before I let you go, what's your take? 65 years anniversary, a lot still need to be done. But where do you see Nigeria, maybe in the next 5 years or more, in terms of our financial market industry?
Lincoln, I thought you would say in the next 65 years. I would have said you should give that, because I'm not sure I will still be here in the next 65 years. But in the next 10 years, I think we have moved.
Exactly.
I think we have moved. We will move. We'll continue to move. I expect a lot in terms of the financial market. Lincoln, the recapitalization of the banks to become global player to handle high ticketing deal. I'm looking forward to Nigerian banks, financial market having all over the world, and mostly the most commercial city, and especially every look and room in Africa. Though we are seeing that in some of our banks buying off subsidiary in foreign countries, we expect that to continue. We expect to be a big player in the oil and gas sector. We expect that very soon now all Nigeria will become a hub for that, both for African nation, Asia, and even Europe. So those are part of the things I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a country that will be running on one digit inflationary pressure without any challenge. I'm looking forward to a country that there will be a reduction in terms of cost of production, because we have enough power to do production. I'm looking for a company that the non-oil sector also will be a key driver of FX into the Nigerian economy. I'm looking for a country that in the next 5 years, we will see oil price stabilize. We will see our output will definitely improve. So those are part of the things I'm looking forward to in this great country, Nigeria, and I believe that it's all achievable.
Exactly. That's a good one. And that's our prayer for Nigeria, the financial sector, and the economy at large. So I want to wish you happy 65th anniversary of Nigeria to you over there in Lagos.
Thank you, Leko. Also, happy independence in Abuja also, because you people are in the seat of power, so you do more of the celebration,
All
even if
right.
the president is in Lagos.
Oh, that's a good one, but you know that Lagos is the commercial center, and that's where the financial dealing all takes place. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Murktar.
Thank you for having me, Leko. Thank you.